go.
Were you expecting someone else? Let's start the show.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Give me back, I eat them. Hey, I want to play the beer reviews. These toasted strudels. Eat them!
We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of our creation. What we see will defy explanation. If you wanna view paradise, simply look around and view right. Anything you want to do, hey, wanna change the world. There's nothing to
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Good Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to you. Thank you to all of you out there far and wide who have served. Those of you that have laid it all out, thank you. Thank you from the son of a Marine to all of you out there that have served. Thank you all. We appreciate you. Now let me go on as usual. It is I, it is he, it is me, PWDE Temple Kuian, from the place to be reviews, the Fandom Menace People's Champion, right here with all of yous. Episode number 154, Monday night, going in raw like we do every week at this time. And this is, we're almost at the 2-year mark, 2-year anniversary of the live streams. Salvador, 5 minutes late. 5 minutes later. Welcome, Salvador. Hail to you, brother. Let me know if you want a link. Just DM me. And let me know if you want a link, bro, if you're free. I don't know if you're just working and lurking, but let me know. Welcome, everybody, man. We got a great show planned for you this evening. As you can see, I'm repping my Fandom Collective shirt tonight. Big shout out to Flipped Out, Jeff the Rookie Critic, Fallon over there at 13th Hour Gaming and Millennial Me, Fanzine, Stevie J Reviews, Daniela, Penny over there, everybody at the Fandom Collective, man, you guys rock. You are such a great support system for this entire community. And Flipped Out is also our guest, our special guest, co-host. We'll talk about that in a minute, though. But first, let me introduce to you, Tony's on his way. He'll be here shortly, ladies and gents. Yes, I'm wearing the duct-taped headphones tonight. I didn't want to have any audio issues, so I'm going old school this evening with that. The beard is in full effect. M. Dastardly made a comment on a video about the beard. Yeah, dude, we're going full on Duck Dynasty with it this summer. We're not shaving it at all, so we're gonna see how long it'll how fucking gnarly we can look here by the time I go to Loudy's wedding and I get thrown out by his in-laws for they think some homeless person wandered in. So that'll be me. That's what's gonna happen. I'll guarantee it. Why is he gay? God damn it, Sal. Why is he gay? He's gay. He's trans. God damn it.
Why already, Sal, you make me go into this accent, you son of a bitch.
I'm throwing inside baseball here. God damn it. Oh, hell, let me introduce to you the assistant to the regional manager, newly promoted in title only. There's no raise in benefits or pay. Ladies and gentlemen, the Red Gaze.
What up? What up? It's me. It's that guy here to stick it in your eye. Going in raw tonight. Great to be here. Good to see you, man. I'm excited in my pants.
Well, that's not a bad thing. I'm glad we have that effect on you after all this time still.
Hey, wait, don't sit there and take all the credit. It's Keely Chow, actually.
Well, I mean, of course it's Keely Chow. He's everywhere, and there are no strings on me. Hey, it's look at Admiral Tiberius is in the chat too. Hail to you, sir.
Wait a minute.
Another name that goes all the way back to the. He said, "Red Gaze is a power bottom."
That's it. You know what? There's only one response for that. How dare you!
Oh no. Oh no, Sal says, why does David Applegate only drink soda? Because he hates juice. Freaking anti-Semite best. Fuck. God damn it, Sal. Oh, I love it. I love it. And let me introduce to you our special guest this evening, if I can even be professional enough to make it through introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, my twin, although he has much better hair, as proof by his glorious mane in the fanzine birthday video. Ladies and gents, enter the unfamiliar.
Hello. I am here helping you enter my Wait a second. I got to come up with a better catchphrase. That doesn't sound right.
No.
That doesn't sound right at all. That sounds very, very wrong. Well, thanks for having me here. I'm excited to be here. I have to say the opening, is that a new version of the Come With Me and You'll See?
Yeah,
World of Pure Imagination. That was a good version of it.
That band is called Hearing Shapes, and they dropped that cover about 5 years ago. I just happened across it one day, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm in love with this song!" Like this.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I don't. Have you? That's not the one you always use, right? Did you switch it up?
We switched it up. There's no copy.
So, yeah.
There's no copyright on that one. So.
I like it. It's a good one. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very
Well, welcome back, brother. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be very happy to be here. I have had a busy couple weeks, so I haven't really been streaming that much. So I'm very happy to be here and with you two guys, fine fellows of the fandom, fellow fandoms,
fellow rogues,
fellow rogues. Yeah, indeed, fellow rogues. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. And good shout out to Flipped Out and the Phantom Collective too. We are going to be having our Enter the Unfamiliar live show because we weren't able to do it last night again, so we're gonna do it tomorrow night. So I'm glad he's gonna be on because we were originally gonna do it tonight, and I'm like, wait a second, no, I gotta do ETEP tonight. I promised ETEP, so I'm gonna be here. So it's nice that we're both gonna be on. Very cool.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, I had to give. I've been with the Phantom Collective since last May, I think. And just a wonderful, like, welcoming, like, awesome group of people. Like, yeah. Flip and I hit it off like immediately.
It's hard not. He's hard not to. Yeah, he's so hard not to get along with because he's so easygoing and such a promoter for everybody. He's
absolutely,
great. I love Flip.
Same thing with Rookie though. Rookie's he's fun. Great.
Rookie, same thing. Yeah,
great personality. Very,
Fanzine,
very
same thing.
Fun.
Those guys are all.
Dude, Fanzine, okay, so he just hit, and I feel bad I couldn't make his 6,500 subscriber stream, and big fucking shout out to Fanzine, who not only makes
his movie, his documentary. Yes. I love that 80s documentary. It's so good. I mean, that got me in the feels, you know? It's so good.
I told him, I said, I commented on there. I said, dude, that made me well up a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
it did.
You basically Kevin Smith me with that shit. It was wonderful though. Like he did such a great job with it. If I've ever seen a channel that has 6,500 subs, and I look at him and be like, this dude is underrated. It's 6,500 subs. I do. I was like, I feel like he's not like. He doesn't get enough recognition for being as good. And I say this as a friend to this guy. I love him to death. He's one of the nicest, YouTube is kind of like the wrestling business in that respect. It can be very cutthroat, very cliquish. I think that Fanzine is an underrated cat, and he pretty much just does his thing, doesn't get involved in drama, and that's what's so great about him and working with him too. And he's just a great dude altogether. Like so, I do, man. If you don't watch his content, you need to. Wonderful, one of the wonderful creators we have in this community. And yeah, check out his '80s documentary. It is wonderful.
Yeah.
He worked on that for a while, and it really shows.
I mean, the music, the cuts, the montages he has of great classic '80s films, and then the interviews he does. I mean, great questions, great comments. It's just really well done.
He had an interview with the director of Friday the 13th, Part 9, was it Adam Marcus, who is friends with Sean Cunningham's son. And I was like, boy, do I have some questions for him. About Jason Goes to Hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. I hated that movie. I
Which
liked
one is
it.
your favorite?
Part
Of
6.
the Friday 13th?
Part
Is
6.
that the New Blood? Or no, the one before New Blood, right?
Part
Jason
6 is Jason Lives.
Yeah, Jason Lives. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. Is that let's see, 4 was with Feldman, right? And then is 6 the one with the little girl who has the powers? Is that 5?
The little girl with the powers. Wait.
Because I think it's like 4 had Corey Feldman in it, right? When he was like a young kid.
4 was Corey Feldman.
And then the fifth one was the...
5 one was the ambulance driver Roy was the killer.
Right, the ambulance driver. Okay.
And it was the final girl was the blonde girl. And the little black kid Reckless Reggie survived.
It was up by they ended up with the lake. Because the girl's like out in the boat in the Crystal Lake, right? At the end of that one.
No, that's.
And then she ends up in the. Is that 6 when she ends up in the ambulance at the end of it?
That's 2 or 3
no,
because
that's not 2.
4
maybe.
4 was 4 or 5. The ending was the barn. Roy fell out of the hayloft onto the spikes, and the mask.
Oh,
came
right.
off.
Okay.
4 was Corey Feldman macheteing Jason to death on the floor of the cabin. 3 was the 3D one. I'm trying to think how that one ended. I haven't watched it since I reviewed it last year.
Yeah, I thought that one also had a barn because I remember like the 3D, the pitchfork coming at you in 3D. Because I've got that one actually on DVD, right? Yeah, it has the pitchfork.
I do too. Yep, that's the bikers, the biker gang that chases the chubby kid, Shelly. That plays all the pranks. That's where Jason gets the hockey mask from, is Shelly.
Right.
Yep. All right, now that we went off the rails on that, I love Friday the 13th.
That's a good place to go off the rails on.
I do. I love Friday the 13th. That's my favorite horror franchise. Is Friday
is
the 13th.
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're fun. They're
I need
great.
to revisit. It's been a while.
Like I said, I haven't watched. I just watched Part 6 again because me and Fanzine talked about it, so I wanted to watch it again just because I love it. I can watch that movie anytime. But before that, the last one I watched was Part 7 when I reviewed it. I've still got to do Part 8.
Oh, Jason Takes Manhattan. I mean, that's 8, right? That's Part 8.
Yep.
That's a classic too. When he gets out of the subway in Times Square, those punks are there. And,
with the
they're like,
radio.
"Look at this!" Like, lifts up and ask, and they freak out. That's a great.
Yep. That was great because they got the switchblades and everything. And, he just takes his mask off. They're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, yep.
Freak out.
Somebody opened the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's pretty much all I got to do in public to get people away from me.
I tell you what, like I think like if I was single with this whole when the mask thing was going on, I would have had much better luck with a mask on. It would have been like, I feel like I would have operated better like that. Parrot Head says Cyborg Jason was both cheesy and cool.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
Is that Jason
I don't know. I'm not a
X?
fan of the Cyborg one. Jason X, yeah.
It was cool to see, like when it first happened, but after that, it was just like, okay, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, the mask was like, oh, it's different, but it kind of. I just like the classic look better.
Sal says, "Why do you think I wear the silver bucket?"
Silver bucket.
I know, Destro. I know. But yeah, that one was like, it was okay. It's like, it's a cool concept, but this doesn't fit with any of the mythology at all. But speaking of mask stories, and I set a Google reminder on my phone to remind me to tell this story. So when I was at the Walmart today, I had to stop in and pick up some fruit on the way to get dinner. And I go in and I get my fruit. And now, mind you, like I said, I stopped with the gimmick. The There's 2 places I wore a mask. One was to work, and the other's the weed store. And the weed store was like, hey, you don't have to wear it anymore. I'm like, fucking sweet, not wearing it anymore. Great. No, just another place I don't have to wear it. So I go into Walmart. Yeah. Now there's most of the patrons in the Walmart now are no longer wearing. You see occasionally there'll be somebody wearing one. And let me preface this by saying, if you still choose to wear them, that's fine. I'll probably laugh under my breath. I'll do it under my breath. I won't do it out loud. I won't call attention to it. But no. I understand. Trust me. It's all right. You know, like I said, you do you. I'm fine with it. Just don't fuck with me if I'm not. You know what I mean? Which I'm not going to. I didn't wear one.
Much like anything, right?
Yeah, that's
pretty much what we say about anything. Just you do you. I'll do me. Leave me alone. That's all. That's it.
That is a libertarian's dream. Just like, let me be. I'll let you be. We're fine. We're fine. That is it. That is the way I am. Like yep. As long as you're not hurting anybody, cool. I'm gonna be over here doing my thing. Just don't fuck with me. And so I go around. I'm shopping, get my stuff, get my fruit. You know, my grapes, my bananas, and strawberries, and all this whatnots. And got it in the cart. And I go up to the checkout, and the cashier is not wearing them. I'm like, oh hey. I was like, oh, it's nice to see you guys that you guys don't have to wear them anymore. She goes, yeah. She goes, once we got both doses of the vaccine, it was like our choice. She goes, so I'm not wearing it anymore. She goes, but I was wearing it way before they made the mandate that said people had to, like way before. And that's kind of how she said it. And this is an older woman, like probably, I'm 41. She was probably at least 50. I'm like, that's a weird flex. Like, that is
this is what she was waiting for. Good for you. Good for you.
I was like, that's what I was kind of like. I was like, literally, this is exactly how I said. I was like, oh, that's nice for you.
Yeah, you think that like if someone's gonna say like make a comment about, oh, it's so nice you don't have to wear this mask anymore, you think that they're probably saying it because you think it's a stupid idea, not because like you want to be told, oh, I was wearing it way before anyone else. Like I'm complimenting you on the fact that you're not having to wear it anymore.
Right?
What gives you the idea that I'm gonna be impressed by the fact that you were wearing it before anyone else?
I was like totally wearing a mask before anybody knew there was a virus.
Yeah, right.
Like seriously, I was like, well, that is a weird, like that has to be like one of the weirdest flexes like ever. Like I was like wearing,
and this guy comes from the world of wrestling, for crying out loud.
Yeah, trust me, I've fucking seen it all, man. I was just like, wow. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, that was my Walmart story for the day. That and Before I went to Walmart, because the whole mission was to go to Walmart, get fruit, and then go get the Chinese takeout and come home. So I went to Walmart, then I went to McDonald's. I got distracted because the McDonald's across the parking lot, so I went and got a coffee, and I went home, and I backed in my driveway, and I'm getting ready to get out of the truck, and I look in the passenger seat, and I'm like, oh, fuck, there's no Chinese takeaway there. I'm like, so I had to drive all the way back the other end of town, which... As Tony pointed out in our private chat earlier, yeah, I know, bud. There's only 3 stoplights in my whole fucking town. I know. And then it takes me like 3 minutes to get across town. It's nice. But yeah, so I had to go all the way back to the restaurant. And I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, my wife says, what took you so long? I was like, should I tell you or should I, so you can make fun of me, or should I just keep this one to myself? So I told her, and she's just like, I was like, hey, you fucking married me. I'm like, you have a master's degree. I'm like, what does that say about you?
Hey, it happens all the time. Most of the time when I go into Walmart looking for something specific, I leave the store with everything but the thing I went to get.
Right? I go in there and I'm like, ooh, what do we got here? Ooh, new action figures. Wait, wait, look. I'm like, I'm over here going like, but I found this. But I found this.
And you were also thrown into that confusion, that state of confusion by the weird flex too. So you got that going.
Yeah, I like literally, dude. Like that was just like it just threw me off. I'm like, why would you brag about that? Like you're not gonna get it. Oh, you're so pious out of me because you chose the war well as motherfuckers before everybody. You're like, look at the people in China do it because they have SARS. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it too. I'm ahead of the curve. Look at me. What? Huh? Like I don't want to be that. Like weird. I was talking about this at work the other day. I was like, hey, look. I'm like, this is bad for the little ones, like the kids my son's age. I'm like, they don't need to learn that this is normal. They don't need to think that this is normal, because there's kids that won't take them off when they go outside at recess. Like I have to get my kid sometimes. He'll leave it. Well, they play like Among Us on the playground. And so he'll put his up over his face and be like, "I'm the hacker." I'm like, "Take that goddamn thing off your face." I'm like, "I know we're in a Catholic school. Take that goddamn thing off your face." These Catholics. I'm like, "Take it off."
It's hard for me to breathe. Like, it's hard to get fresh air if I'm out working out or running, or it's just I can't. Like, I don't feel like I'm breathing properly because
that's
probably not,
because it obstructs your airway.
Yeah, and then you're breathing in carbon monoxide. I'm sure some of it's getting out through the mask, which is also like if it's getting out, then
what's getting in?
Sense would say, right, exactly. But I'm sure there's a fair amount of it you're rebreathing. Yep. So when you're exhaling as much as you do when you work out or run,
dude,
it's not good for you. It's not good for you.
No, it is definitely not good for you. It is definitely not good for you. And I wear one of those like those mission like athletic like gaithers, the neck, like the sleeve. That's usually what I wear. It's just it's convenient for me at work. Plus, I can pull it up over my head and I look like a ninja. So there's that. When I wear my black hoodie, there's that
cool factor.
Yeah,
there
is. You get the cosplay a little bit.
Yeah, I used to do that when they hired me at the school, like when the janitor quit and they were like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" I'm like, "No, but I will because you need somebody." And I would. The kids would like freak out. I would. You wear a gator? Shut up, Sal. You did. Hang on, I gotta go. What's up, Johnny Cage JP7? He said, "Of course it had to be a Walmart." Yeah, of course it is. It is. Sal says, "I feel like the restaurants missed a huge opportunity to not have the Wuhan platter on their menu. Wings, sweet and sour rice with a side of anthrax." I love you, Sal. You wear a gator. Yes. Never wore a mask this whole thing. Well, dude, good for you if you didn't have to. Like I said, the only reason I did was at work at the school. I had to. Now, I'm in the classroom this coming Friday, and the priest that runs the whole operation, he wants everybody to. I'm probably not going to wear mine in the classroom when I'm teaching, because I'm actually going to. It's not gym. I'm actually going to be in the classroom. So I'm like, I'm probably not going to wear it. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. Not going to happen. When they were like, "What are you going to do for a lesson plan?" I'm like, "We're going to watch Scarface and eat popcorn." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "The day's 6.5 hours long. An hour of that is lunch and recess. We can watch Scarface and All About the Benjamins and call it a day." I'm like, "It's like the 8th graders' last day. Why wouldn't I let them watch Scarface and All About the Benjamins?"
You must be one of the most popular teachers there.
Oh, the kid, they were excited when they found out they had.
Yeah, the kids have to love you. Yeah, they gotta love you.
They do. It's funny because they asked me, like, "Mr. Pete, how old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 41. They were like, "No way." I'm like, "Are you saying that's old?" They're like, "Well, you don't look old." I'm like, "That's a good answer. That's a good answer. If not, I'd take you behind the gaga ball pit and beat your ass." So most of them, I'm just like, "Hey," I'm like, "Trust me.
Live to see another day."
I'm like, "I know what your mama looks like. Trust me. Don't fucking piss me off. You might be calling me stepdaddy." Fucking come over, eat steak. I don't care if you break shit. I'm leaving. Jesus Christ. How am I fucking married? I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. Neither does my wife.
Bless her. God bless her.
She's a fucking saint. I swear. Even for a German, she's a saint. Yeah, that's right. I don't get anywhere near the oven when she's around. All right, let's go into buy or sell.
It's buy or sell. Buy or sell. If you crackers don't like it, you can go to hell. I'm Cleveland. Buy or sell. It's time for buy or sell.
All right, so Cleveland, thank you for the tune. Buy or sell. Item 1. Michael Ian Black explains why he lost the Late Show job to Craig Ferguson. And I don't. If you didn't have time to read the article, it basically boiled down to. He had a meeting with Les Moonves, who I love the article, describes Les Moonves as the now disgraced former president of CBS, Les Moonves. But as somebody who grew up watching David Letterman, I remember David Letterman making all kinds of jokes. Like Les Moonves was still the president, but you know, Letterman was so powerful at the network. Like he could basically say whatever he wanted to.
He went off on Les all the time. He'd like call him on the phone during when they were live. He'd call the office and ask to speak to him. Yeah, he just messed with them nonstop. And yeah, you're right. He was so powerful that you couldn't do anything. You know, Letterman got away with whatever he wanted.
Oh, well, and then the whole thing, like, I remember because that was me and my mom's thing. We would watch Letterman every night, like, because I've been watching his stand up since I was a kid, and he had his intern. What was her name? Stephanie, I think her name was. Start coming out and doing all this stuff, and me and my mom are watching it, and I'm like, I told my mom, I was like, they're sleeping together. I was like, they're hooking up, and she's like, what? I'm like, why else would he be using this intern like this? I'm like, he's married because he was married to that younger woman. They just had a baby. I'm like, and he started using this girl for like years. I'm like, and it comes out like 10 years ago that, they were having an affair the whole time. I'm just like,
I remember her. I remember that intern too.
I was like,
yeah, he
boom, called it. She used to dress up like an elf and shit oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, he used her for everything.
Yes. And like I said, I watched every fucking episode of David Letterman religiously. I'm like, and I remember every single time because she'd come out for Will It Float and all that. But so, and the subject of this is, you know, Michael Ian Black was slated as one of 4 people who was going to take over the Late Late Show, which I used to watch when Craig Kilborn was hosting because I was a huge Craig Kilborn fan.
I like Craig Kilborn a lot too. He was great.
He was hilarious. He had like kind of that like pretty boy like attitude, but he was just enough. I like that sense of humor though, that he, you know, his just his style. So when Michael Ian Black had a quote bad meeting with Les Moonves when he wasn't prepped to know it was a job interview, which I don't know why he wouldn't have assumed meeting with the network president wasn't basically a job interview, even if it was quote a casual fucking interview. I don't know. So are you buying or selling that this was the whole reason he didn't get the job over Craig Ferguson?
I really like Craig Ferguson. I think he was perfect in that too. I really liked watching him. I thought his humor, he was so quick-witted. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I like Michael Ian Black. I used to watch him on The State. You know, if you guys remember The State, it was on MTV's kind of their sketch comedy show. I mean, he was always great on that. But I don't know. I don't know if I buy the whole thing. Like that was the only reason, because that's kind of taken away from the fact that Craig Ferguson was really great. You know, that he wasn't as qualified, and you know, because of this one interview or meeting, so to speak, that's why he didn't get it, and Craig Ferguson was like the second. You know, it's like, well, he blew it, so we're going to give it to you. I don't know. I think Craig Ferguson probably worked for it. You know, I think he deserved it.
They said he interviewed better, and he was so high energy.
I can see that.
Yes, and that's the thing is like I like Michael Ian Black, but his style compared to Craig Ferguson's is like night and day. Michael Ian Black totally has that soft spoken, dry, you know, witty sarcasm, and Craig Ferguson is boisterous. He's in your face. He's well spoken, but he's just kind of boisterous, and he's loud, but he's funny. That's what I liked about him, and I did like his style. But I like Michael Ian Black. I really liked him in Wet Hot American Summer. That was
I think he's a better like character actor sketch comedy role, you know, where Craig Ferguson was perfect at interviewing because he could just riff and go, you know, off the cuff with a guest. And I mean, some of the best interviews I've seen with Craig Ferguson, I think it's him and Charlize Theron. Is it those two that every time she was on, they would start flirting with each other?
Yep.
And it was like obvious, you know, and Ferguson's just so freaking funny with his reactions and his timing. I just think he was a better person to be like a host of a talk show.
Yes.
Where Michael Ian Black's probably better at sketch comedy, in my opinion. But
right. Well, plus absolutely. Boisterous is what you want late night, you know, because people are already half asleep.
Yep.
So yeah,
right. Yeah.
Selling. Sell it. By the way, every time Cleveland says buy or sell, I think he's going to say bisexual.
Bisexual. When I get that feeling, I need bisexual healing. bisexual healing. Ooh.
I'm selling the fact that it was a bad interview, and I'm buying the fact that Craig Ferguson was just better fit for the job. To me, that's all it boils down to, and that's no slight, like you said, no slight to Michael Ian Black. He's a very funny man in his own right, but their styles are just so different that it's apples to oranges. Let me acknowledge the chat before we go any farther. Johnny Cage JP7's in the house. He had a birthday the other day too, along with Red Gaze.
Yes, he did.
So hail to you, sir. Let's see who else we got. Admiral Tiberius Zax 7 is in the house. Says, hey guys, hail Zax. That's
Red Gaze. When was your happy birthday?
Thank you. It was Thursday.
When was Thursday? Happy birthday.
Well, thank you, my man.
You're welcome.
Salvador says we watched porn in Driver's Ed once. Driver's Ed advertisers. Yep. Teacher plugged in and recorded off TV show on VHS. Stepped out towards the end of to make a phone call. About 30 seconds after the show ended, a porno kicked on. Played for like 15 minutes. That's fucking awesome. The closest thing it wasn't even porn, but in 8th grade, it was like the end of our 8th grade year, and we had gotten TVs in the classrooms because they used to have that, what was that Channel 1, if anybody else remembers Channel 1 from the school, like it was like a news network for like schools or whatever, and they used to have like little stories on about like, they'd talk about the election, they'd talk about like, I don't know, scholastic shit, things of like
stuff nobody cared about.
Yeah, basically. But
was it like a school, like a community-owned channel?
No, it was like a national thing they used to play, like, I guess, because like I've talked to people from other states that knew about it. It was
we had
like
a
this
school. We had our own school channel.
We didn't have one of those. I'm gonna look it up real quick. It was but so our schools had cable in them. And the one classroom we were in, we had our basketball coach, and he left the room. So I'm flipping through the TV, and we had fucking HBO. And 1991 on HBO, or 92, it was what was I? 8th grade, 93. We was on HBO. We put Boys in the fucking Hood on. So we're sitting there watching Boys in the Hood, in my 8th grade like algebra class. It was hilarious. Let's see. Okay,
do you have any of the kids who had like the this was me, by the way, when I say any of those kids, I was one of these kids that had the watch that had like it was a TV remote control watch. This is before I watches the Apple Watch. This is like pre-Apple Watch. It was a calculator watch, but then they came out with the one that had the TV controls you could program. It was like a universal TV control on your watch. So I would have this, and I'd go into school, and we also had the cable. And I set it up for whatever VCR we were using, because it was VCRs back then, and whatever TV we were using. And I'd mess around with, we'd be watching something. I'd be switching the channel, muting the TV. Teachers would go crazy because, they weren't, like, they didn't know. At that point, kids knew what was going on, but they just had no idea. They thought it was like glitching all the time. And it was me back there on my watch, messing around with.
So you were a troublemaker, is what you're trying to say.
I was, yeah. I was.
A cantankerous little rapscallion.
Yeah.
I never knew those watches existed, to be honest. I thought calculator watch was top of the line.
No.
Okay.
It went beyond that.
So Sal remembers Channel 1 News. He remembered. Okay, so it was owned by Whittle Communications from 89 to 94, and then Prime Media from 94 to 2007, Alloy Media from 07 to 2012.
Is he joking, or is that really Whittle?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is that like a pun?
No,
such a Whittle communication channel.
Literally,
it was trying so hard to be paid. Oh, it's such a Whittle channel.
It's literally H. Whittle. It's named after H. Christopher Whittle, is an American media and education executive. He's the chairman and CEO of Whittle Schools and Studios.
The Whittle School. The little Whittle school children with the Whittle channel.
He served as chairman of Esquire magazine and founded Whittle Communications. Okay. So Channel 1 News has been around since it was in operation from 89 to 2018. So Sal's like, I was only 5. Thanks, Sal.
That must have been too high end for our school.
Yeah, dude, my school is a joke, so I don't. It's not. It wasn't some highfalutin thing. What's up, Orville Nation? Hail PJ.
Orville. Hail PJ.
to you, sir. Hail to you. Is it in a whittle chair? That's it,
Whittle
Brutal
chair.
Morningwood. Okay, so
Watching
Nano
the
Reaper,
Whittle
no, he
people.
remembers it too. Nano Reaper's like right around like our age, so he remembers. All right. Yes, it was a
We just
whittle.
had morning announcements. You know, we didn't get all that cool stuff.
The
Backwater,
old PA
backcountry.
system.
Yep. The freaking okay. So I don't know if I just posted a link to Michael Robe. Hi, I'm Michael Robin from Everything Always. Like I said, I'm clowning on a fucking channel with 900,000 subscribers. But Michael Robin here with you. Welcome back to the channel. He did that video about talking about the release date, which for the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, based on that information on the Comic Book Savage Instagram account that said the trailer had been received by theaters and is going to be released tomorrow. I don't know what say. Do you think they're going to release this trailer tomorrow? Or do you think we have to wait a couple weeks yet?
So
I saw it somewhere. I saw it somewhere online too that they were saying it's releasing tomorrow. I don't know if it was IMDb, but I saw it somewhere. Now I don't know if they just got that from the article, but it was. I did see that somewhere else. Let me see here if it's on IMDb.
Yeah, because if we can expect the trailer, I think the source said it was supposed to be between like 8 and 9 tomorrow morning or something like that, or 9 and 10.
if they were going to release a trailer, though, wouldn't they have made it like a Memorial Day thing since everyone's home, and they can go out and do stuff?
That's true.
Most people are
Today would have
free.
been. Yeah,
Well,
today would have
today-
been a perfect day.
Tomorrow's Tom Holland's birthday, so I think that's why they're leaning towards tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
But do the studios care about that, though?
No, probably not.
Or do they care
How
about
many people
expansion?
actually know about that? Does the public at large care about that? I mean, it's who do you think more people care about and are aware of Memorial Day or Tom Holland's birthday?
Hey, yeah, not Tom Holland's birthday.
Oh, so it is on IMDb, but the IMDb is referring to the leak by Tyrone Magnus. I've never actually seen this before. Hey, wait, let me share the screen. This is very odd.
Yeah.
There's I guess you can make an IMDb page for pretty much anything, but it's an IMDb page about a leak. It's very strange. Yeah, look at this. No Way Home trailer release date and major Spider-Verse leaks reaction. Tyrone Magnus.
He's got like
Director and star.
He's got like 1 million subscribers on his YouTube channel, doesn't he?
But have you ever seen this? An IMDb
No.
page for a leak for reaction? Like, is this like a YouTube video? Like a IMDb page for a YouTube video?
He must have done that for his YouTube video.
I've never seen that before. It's very, very.
Yeah, no, I've never.
Oh no, this
I've
is the
never
release
seen
date,
that.
May 21st. But yeah, I've never seen it. Yeah, that's very odd. See full cast. Who else is listed? Just him. Producer.
There we go.
Self, actor, directed. Interesting. I've never.
He
seen
really
that.
Elizabeth Banks the shit out of that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or he Tommy Wiseau'd it.
Tommy was sewed it. Yeah, he was sewed it. Yeah, very strange.
I just saw him in the news the other day. I can't remember why.
Oh,
Like,
he
Going to
was
be in something.
No, he retweeted something. I did a video about it. He retweeted, "Hey Ryan Johnson, you coward, put me in Knives Out."
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Because somebody tweeted it as part of like a game. Put Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero in Knives Out 2, you coward. And
Yeah.
he retweeted it. He said Hollywood's afraid. I'm like, no, Tommy, you can't act, bud. You're gloriously horrible at your craft.
Right. It would become a spectacle. You know?
Yes.
No one would take it seriously. That's the problem.
Wasn't that what Ryan Johnson likes?
I
Spectacles?
think so.
That is true. Subverting of expectations. You would never think that he would actually hire Tommy Wiseau. So if you want to really subvert expectations, put him in as a lead.
It's
Oh,
very,
yeah.
It's very subversive. It's very subversive.
Right next to Daniel Craig.
Yeah, right next to Daniel Craig.
Seriously, I liked the first Knives Out. I'm not gonna lie.
I actually did too. It wasn't bad.
It's not. Yeah, it's not that.
It's not bad. Like
it's not as bad as I was hoping it would be.
Right.
It's a Hollywood love letter to Hollywood. That's what it is.
Well,
That's
he
exactly
cast
what it is.
the cast is great.
It
You know,
is.
that's the thing. I mean, the story's it's a pretty good story. It's an entertaining story, but the cast is really good. He hired great actors for it.
That's
so
the thing.
that helps.
If Ryan Johnson operates within his wheelhouse, which is very, very narrow anyway, but if he
Right.
operates in that spectrum, he can do some decent work.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. If he's within his wheelhouse, yeah.
Which that genre seems to be good for
Yeah,
him.
it's right up his alley. That's the kind of movie you can mess around with, play with themes, change things up on the audience, you know, because you don't have expectations. There's nothing set in stone. Like with Star Wars, there is, so you can't do that stuff.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean,
with a movie
subverting
like that-
expectations is kind of built into that genre.
yeah, well,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah, that's what you expect. Yep.
So that works perfect for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, you know, there's not like the pre-established mythos or anything. He's just, it's pretty much a blank canvas with, like you said, a great cast. And I'm not a huge Chris Evans fan. You know, he's insane. If you saw my interview with Kelly Sue DeConnick, we talked about that briefly in my last video I did about the comic book industry. But I had some footage with Kelly Sue. Did you guys happen to see that?
No, I want to watch it though.
You
Now.
can see it. Hang on. We can play. It's my video.
Yeah.
We can play a little bit of it.
You sure you have the rights to it?
I might. I ran it through YouTube's copyright thing. So unless they're lying.
Can you just link us to the IMDb page for the video?
I'm not big enough to have my own IMDb fucking page yet.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
I'm not quite there. Let's see. Which video is that we were talking about here? The Kelly Sue DeConnick one. Right here. Okay, so let me skip to this right here and get a screen share, and we'll do this right before we go into just the headlines. How about that? Right here. All right. So we're on my live stream showing one of my videos. Bam. This is baller.
You're going to get a copyright notification.
Wait. All right. Can you hear it?
No.
Oh, no, I didn't hit share audio. Well, that's Bush League. That is fucking Bush League, kid. Way to go.
Pretty sexy in that tank top, though.
Dude, I'm telling you. It gets so freaking hot in my office, I don't even care. It gets so hot in here. Holy shit, dude. It's stupid. And then I can't run a fan because the noise comes through on my microphone because it's so sensitive. All
That's
right.
why. Yeah, that's the same problem I have.
Let's see. All right.
You got to get a spritzer.
Yeah,
I've got my spray.
Spritzer.
I got my spray bottle from wrestling when I used to, I had one of those spray bottles to keep backstage, so I spray myself down so I'm all wet looking when I come to the ring.
Oh, this is good. This is kind of turning.
Here we go. Right here.
Where we headed? We're off the rails.
We are. It's terrible. Here's
Spritzers
the Kelly Sue DeConnick. I wasn't. Oh, god damn it! All right. Here's Kelly Sue DeConnick. He had to say to me when I sat down to talk to her.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Problem solved. This is always when people are like, would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading? Captain America is a social justice warrior. I know you mean that as an insult, but there's just no, like, that is the definition of what he is, you know? And if
Hey, what are you doing, buddy? Like, no further questions, guy. Leave Miss Sue DeConnick alone. Leave her alone, I said. There's nothing here for you. Leave, see?
See that?
Perfect.
Captain
That's the
America's an
best interview I've
SJW.
ever seen.
It was all well and good until her fucking security guard came up and kind of brushed me away.
Pushing people around.
Yeah, I was like, hey, man. I'm trying to talk to this broad.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Strong arm me, man.
Guy looks like a fucking short ass Gamorrean guard.
He is pretty intimidating.
He had a weird accent too. I don't know. Oh God. So let's see here. Let me get the here's we're getting ready. Let's do some just the headlines, shall we? Here we go.
Kick your fucking ass! I want you off the fucking set!
It's not my Luke Skywalker.
Hey, no, don't just be sorry. Please, for 1 fucking second.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I know they're a bastion of journalistic integrity. I speak of none other than WeGotThisCovered.com. So this is our first headline this evening. Sebastian Stan targeted by cancel culture following racism accusations. Now, those of you that have been here at the channel for a while know last summer I released a video in a series of what was cancellations of actors. I did one about Garrett Hartley that played Ralph Debney, the elongated man on The Flash. And I did one about Sebastian Stan, and it wasn't something he did at the time. It was his girlfriend was dressed in, I believe it was like a kimono or like a geisha-esque attire at one point. So yeah. Twitter came after her for that. And they were up in arms, the Twitter Puritans, as it were. So this one,
because she wore a kimono, she's not Asian, I'm guessing.
No, she's not.
And why was she be wearing it just for fashion, or was it like a cosplay, or something dress up, or what? Do you know why?
From what I can remember, it was an Asian night at her sorority or something. Or something like, or I don't know. It wasn't a sorority. It was something though. It was some like get together, and
it's a stupid unless you are from that culture, you cannot wear anything that they wear. It's ridiculous. That's you can't be a celebration of that culture. If you're not the right ethnicity and you wear something that's not of your ethnicity, then you're not allowed to do it. That's where we're going to.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was a ridiculous reason, that they were trying to cancel him and her for that, both. But this one, targeted for accusation, let's see. And it was because what did he do? He recently received a lot of praise online on Falcon Winter Soldier. The actor was trending a couple days back. The RIP Sebastian Stan hashtag led people to think he might have died, but it's about a social media post that he liked that's been construed as an endorsement of racist behavior. Oh, so Sebastian Stan liked a video about a guy saying that white people should be allowed to say the N-word.
That son of a bitch.
Oh, here we go. That way I can't mind my own business on Tumblr because I find out that Sebastian Stan decided to like and agree with a video of a white man saying the N-word with his whole chest shortly after he got dragged for his racist take a knee meme. Can't make this shit up.
Is this why he was trending? Why it was RIP Sebastian Stan was trending a couple days ago? Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, here's anime profile picture. Look at this chick. I'm sorry. I've been following Sebastian Stan's career since 2006. Until today, he was one of my favorite Western actors. But I can't tolerate anyone who thinks it's funny when a white guy uses the N-word in a joke. It's fucking 2021 and no one gets to play the uneducated card anymore.
How about the we don't give a shit card? Can we play that?
This one right here, I will speak to this one in particular because Felicia here at Magical Failure, that probably sums up a lot more than she'd care to admit. She says, and this just, God. Sebastian Stan liked to post about how whites people should be allowed to say the N-word when singing or rapping along to a song. How are people defending this? 2017 was not that long ago. Just say he's racist and go. Well, I will say this: when I'm listening to songs in my car, I this may be shocking, but I don't censor myself. I say whatever the fuck I want. If there's a song lyric, I rap that. And I've done that in public because when I went to see DMX in 2001, there was blacks, there was whites, there was Mexicanos, there was everybody at this concert. And when DMX dropped the N-bomb, everybody in the crowd sang along, dropped the N-bomb, and nobody gave a fuck. Probably because...
Isn't that strange how you tend to, when you're singing along, actually sing the lyrics that are presented in the music?
That were written.
Strange thing.
The artist wrote.
Yep. I just, and nobody cared. There was no fights or anything.
Yeah. Don't start N-word, won't be N-word. How about that?
That was basically, it was like nobody fucking cared. Hail, Ask the Cheese Gaming, welcome. Glinzer says if a non-Asian transgender man wore a kimono, the SJWs wouldn't say shit. This is true.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet you could look through the different award shows and fashion, New York Fashion Week, and I bet there are themes where everyone's dressed up as a certain, honoring some other ethnicity or some other clothing style. I bet you could find something like that where they were all dressed up and no one said anything.
Kimonos are actually pretty common among white gay men.
Yes, they are.
Oh, see, there you go.
Well, Sebastian Stan gets naked. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
God damn it, Peggy, I don't want to see that. Damn it, boy. Put your damn pants on. Ain't you the kids that have been whacking in my camper?
Yes.
I'm a veteran of 2 foreign wars. And God damn it, I'll be damned if I'm going to have 2 kids whacking off in my camper.
Oh, Anderson. If it really, this is great. Mads loves sour. It really hurts me to say this. I loved him a lot as an actor, but I can't condone someone's problematic racist, and it even sounds to be pedophilic behavior.
Whoa, what?
I will no longer be standing Sebastian Stan for this reason. How does that sound?
How does the pedophilic? How does that come in? Where did they get that from? Is there more to this than just the comment? Like where does that come from?
I have no fucking idea.
Well, like how are you just throwing that in? That's a huge accusation. That could be, it's libelous slander.
I mean, all he did here was like something, right? Like he didn't say shit.
How is that
how do you
borderline?
What is that?
Pedo behavior? That doesn't even make
how
sense.
the heck does that get thrown in there?
Literally none of that makes sense.
I mean, see, it doesn't like it's just if you're one thing, that you're just everything now.
They just threw it out there too. They're just
that's not new. That's not new. That's been going on for a while.
Oh yeah. But it's
I'm
just
sorry. But
generally, it's projection. By the way,
it is. It is big. I guarantee you, if you look at that person, you'd look at him and be like, "Oh yeah, I guarantee you, you're on a couple lists." It's always the ones that are like that yell racist the loudest, that are harboring the most prejudice and biased, and it's messed up, but that's the way it is. Hi, Screen Rant. There is more than one reason as to why Sebastian Stan is being canceled. He has made several bad choices, posting jokes about taking a knee and openly standing and being in contact with racist people while preaching for peace and freedom.
The whole taking a knee thing is a joke. Come on.
Sebastian Stan is out here liking racist posts. Musty as fuck.
Musty. Oh, that bitch done called you musty.
Oh, musty. Child. What the fuck what is that? What people looking like if the audio is fake, Sebastian Stan is off the hook. He's still a racist scumbag. Y'all need to stop defending him ASAP.
Okay,
Sebastian
Nathan.
Stan and his girlfriend bonding over being racist. Oh my god. Sebastian Stan is a fucking racist. Fuck him. You guys realize just because Sebastian Stan is friends with Anthony Mackie doesn't mean he's not racist. Y'all do
Here we go.
So yeah, and this is a source from an Epic Stream article. Wow, that's
remember the far left is all white men are ingrained. Just racism is ingrained in them, so they don't have to even act as though they don't have to say anything. They don't have to specifically like or dislike a tweet or tweet their own thought, or even if they're friends or even if they're married to someone who's a different ethnicity, they not even they can still be. It's most cases they are still racist.
Well, now my question is, yes, they're just born that way, but they're also preaching that it can't be cured, right? So shouldn't they be taking pity on us? Shouldn't we be receiving a little damn tolerance here? It's not our fault. We were born that way, and it can't be cured.
Right, just
it's
born
a
that
disease.
Way, right? Yeah, it's a disease. Yeah,
this disease of being a white male.
Yep.
The original sin, as it were. Speaking of sins, what this picture of Luke Skywalker, what this was a sin. Star Wars. Luke was at his best when he didn't fight. This by Lewis Kemner.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. they try to prop.
Well,
up
I mean,
the
that
last-
is
they-
true. You know, in Return of the Jedi, when he didn't fight the Emperor, I mean, he was the best because he did. I mean, that was his fulfillment of becoming a full-fledged Jedi. You know, where like, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not turning evil. So in a way, they're right. I'm guessing they're not saying that in this article, though. It's probably not the argument they're making.
No.
But
Sounds an awful
if they
lot like
wanted
a
to be
Last
rational,
Jedi.
yeah. If it's a Last Jedi argument, then they're wrong. But
See, there it is.
Luke tricked Kylo Renzies and the Last Jedi. Oh yeah, so yeah, this was just a long stroke, The Last Jedi. It's like read through all this about the OT and then bam, we're gonna long stroke you with The Last Jedi. Honey dicked. How about that? You mean after he wrecked his own dad? Yes, Sal.
Okay, well, there's a problem in this but I've never heard anyone address this anyway. Maybe they have, but okay. So the big showdown at the end, when we were, we're having our expectations subverted, right? Was Luke versus Kylo Ren. Didn't Kylo Ren just get his ass kicked by a little girl who just picked up a lightsaber in the last movie? Like, what?
Yes.
How is this even supposed to be a fight?
Right? You're fighting the most powerful Jedi there is.
that's true. He did get beat technically by.
He got his ass handed to him by Ray.
Yeah, she was about to throw it down to him.
She ran him through like it was the Gimp scene in Pulp Fiction in the basement. I mean,
He just walked up and slapped his bitch tits.
It was like this was Ray and Kylo.
Bring out the Gimp.
That was basically it right there. It wasn't even pretty. No, I don't know. Fuck this. And the last headline I want to talk about is something. It's something good. It's something positive, and it kind of made me smile, because, ladies and gentlemen, it is Clint motherfucking Eastwood's 91st birthday today.
Damn!
Wow!
Happy birthday, legend!
91
years old. And the only person that can squint into the sun better than my dad is Clint Eastwood. I swear. Always, I was like, Dad, it's fucking 10 o'clock at night. It is dark. Why are you squinting into the sun still? What is wrong with you?
Older than Biden, and he can still put together a coherent sentence.
Hail Leo Ray. God damn you and that Leo Raylo name. He's just long lived the
Leo
Raylo. Leo Red. Leo Red, you rascally rabbit, you wascally wabbit. Oh, let's see. Yeah, so happy birthday to Clint.
91,
Eastwood.
yeah,
91
no kidding.
years
Jeez.
old. He is truly the hey you kids get off my lawn now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's been for some time.
And like you said, he's still basically coherent. I mean, I just, yeah, dude, that's tip of the fucking cap to you, sir. I don't have any of my hats in here tonight. I have my Russian hat, but it's too fucking warm for that.
Plus, maybe it was all that Mexican food in his younger years.
I'm telling you. Oh, Salvador says Clint Eastwood actually died 5 years ago. His shambling corpse is just the remnants of the hate escaping from his body. He's just ornery enough to make it to 100 too, I think. I shouldn't have said that.
You shouldn't have. No.
So wait, he's like the same age as Betty White? Around there?
Yeah,
around,
didn't she just turn 92? I think she's 90.
Yeah, I don't know how old Betty White is.
I thought she just had a 90th birthday. Yeah, I think she's 90 or 91.
I wonder if they ever hooked up back in the day. Because Betty White was actually quite the looker when she was young.
Yeah,
she was good looking.
She was.
Like,
Yeah, she was.
She was a good looking
What
woman.
do you mean
I was like,
was?
Yeah, I mean, hey, she's still virile. I mean, if you had the chance to hook up with Betty White, you're gonna hook up with Betty White because it's Betty White, and you're gonna be like, I nailed 92-year-old Betty White.
Hey, that ass is probably still tight enough.
We've devolved into fucking madness. Like we're not even on the first main topic, and just already we're just the audience is sitting back like the. That's good. Talking about railing Betty White. I know at least one person out there was like,
How about new?
hey, look who's here.
Okay. Oh,
What's
Look who's
up?
here. He just woke up.
what's
just
up,
woke
little
up.
Etep?
Here. Say the line.
Say
What's
it.
up, buddy?
It's
Say
Red Gay.
it.
Say it.
What's up, Red Gaze?
What's up? How you doing, Trey?
Say hi to,
Good.
say hi to Final.
Hi, Final.
Hi, buddy. How you doing?
Good.
I like your Spider-Man suit there.
Thanks.
Very cool. Very cool.
Thanks.
Say the line.
You're welcome.
Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
Cha cha cha.
Ta, ta,
Good
ta.
night. Go get mommy. Go back to bed. Good night, buddy. Yeah.
Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
I love you too, buddy.
Diarrhea, cha cha cha. Oh, that's great.
He's been I tucked him in. What? Oh, okay. Good night, buddy. I tucked him in like 2 hours ago, and he's like, he wakes up now. He'll go in my room and he'll take up my whole goddamn side of the bed before I get in there. And I get in there and I won't have anywhere. I have a California king and I won't have anywhere to sleep when I get to bed in like 3 hours. Betty White is old enough to say, Brutal Morningwood says, I'm right there with you. I'd simple for Betty White.
So Betty White, we were off. We were
How old
off.
is she?
She is 99 and a half. She'll
No,
be 90.
she's not.
99. Yeah, she'll be 100 in January of next year. She was
Holy
born in
shit.
1922. Yeah, I thought she had just turned like 90, but I guess she just turned 99.
God,
Because I remember a couple months. I
Wow.
remember this year they were celebrating some like a big milestone for us. So I figured it was
Yeah.
90, but it's 99. So she's gonna be 100 in January of next year.
That's
Go,
ridiculous.
Betty.
Let's never speak this again
Nope.
until January of next year.
That's it. We agree.
Yeah.
We agree not to speak of it. You
Impressive.
go, Betty. You go. Hey,
Yeah.
Betty, Clint definitely smashed. He was like, that's a cougar. He squinted at her and she just got all moist.
Tip the hat.
Fucking madness. Madness, ladies and gentlemen of the audience. Madness, I tell you. It's like Muse up in here just mad.
She was. I think she was
mad.
married. I think Betty White was married like a number of times too.
She's the Black Widow.
Yeah, she's a hot
The
little
Black
number.
Widow.
You know?
She's a hot little number.
Black Widow. Yeah, she was very pretty as a young
She
lady.
was, dude.
She was.
hot.
Yeah.
She was hot. Now, she's still got it going on. I mean, Betty, Betty. I can't. Oh,
That's just a car.
I don't even know why. I don't know why I do the things that I do. I don't know why I make. That's no cougar. That's saber-tooth tiger.
Saber-tooth tiger.
On point.
Oh, I can't wait for Thursday night. Me and Nano Reaper are going to record the Prodigal Son finale on Thursday night. Finally, we're going to get it this week, so I'll release that on Friday for y'all. But yeah, that was money, Nano Reaper. That was money. So happy birthday to Clint Eastwood. Or if I want to sound like somebody who doesn't know, happy birthday to the Duke. Chuck Norris, we loved you in that Bruce Lee movie where you fought Mads Mikkelsen. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what's going on anymore. Jesus, take the wheel. We'll be right back with our first main topic of the evening. Hey, it's an hour and 8 minutes in, not bad.
something just to...
Wow.
Nothing like a little concussion with your cardio, right? Holy shit. Damn. Brutal Morningwood had one more Clint Eastwood. Clint meets Betty and whispers through his gritted teeth, "Have you seen my orangutan?"
You seen my orangutan?
Oh shit! Hail Ordsboard, what's good, brother?
Ords.
Welcome,
What up,
welcome, sir.
Hail.
So I figured with this topic right here. Normally we go to Screen Rant, it's to make fun of these motherfuckers because Screen Rant, famously the high quality source of journalistic integrity that mere hours after the passing of Chadwick Boseman had the nuts to put out an article asking who should we cast as the next Black Panther. Yes, that's Screen Rant, and we will never let you live that down, you bastards. And I'm going to soundbite that, and I'll tag you motherfuckers in it on Twitter. I don't care. I'm silly like that. But so they actually had an article that I kind of found enjoyable because I really like Nightmare on Elm Street. And had I not donned my Fandom Collective attire this evening, I was going to wear my Nightmare on Elm Street shirt just for this reason, just for this topic. So how Tina's Nightmare on Elm Street death scene was shot and what went wrong. And, we can kind of breeze through a little bit of this article. Are we all familiar with the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise and this death scene in particular?
Which one is this? Oh, when she's on this, when she's on the ceiling and gets thrown around the room and against the wall. She's getting tossed all around, right?
Yes.
With blood being smeared everywhere. Yeah, this is a classic one.
That scene as a kid was literally freaking terrifying to me.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. God.
Because don't the parents walk in on her and she's being thrown around. They don't see Freddy.
The boyfriend. The boyfriend's there.
Thrown around. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's up,
another monster? Hail
What's
to
up, brother?
Okay, I gotta say Nephilim. There's
Drink
4
up.
for you.
Drink
Hold
up.
you over. See, he's already mentioned it there. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There's 4 right off the bat for you. I know I owe you. We'll make some up tomorrow night.
No, Sal says no. I'm retarded. You'll have to fill me in. I fucking love you, Sal. He said it. Another monster. He said I'll start chanting.
Yeah.
So no. Yeah, this death scene, no, this freaked me out. It was so, as a kid, seeing this, it was freaky. Because it was kind of, it was pretty revolutionary. Because they had the set rotated. They built it it was crazy. I don't because they did it. We'll go through this. But it triggered the actress's vertigo.
Oh, wow.
It actually messed her up. So they said most of the scenes, most of the faces she makes are literal terror. So
hey, she's actually losing it.
Hey, look, it's Harley. Oh wait, no, that's Cruella. Never mind. A Nightmare on Elm Street has many graphic and brutal deaths, and one of the worst and thus most memorable ones is that of Tina, Nancy's friend. I had the biggest crush on Heather Langenkamp. I as a kid, I did. I was I thought she was hot. And here's how that scene was shot and how a mistake made it more dramatic. The slasher genre went through a great run in the 1980s. One of the most notable titles from the decade was Wes Craven's A Nightmare on Elm Street, released in 1984. The movie introduced the audience to a one-of-a-kind villain and made way for a franchise covering not only more movies, including a remake and a crossover with Friday the 13th, but also novels, comic books, and video games. Let's not talk about Freddy vs. Jason. Let's not talk about that.
Are you not a fan of Freddy vs. Jason?
I liked it for what it was. There were some things I wish that could have been done a little differently, like the casting was kind of
okay. The kids, okay.
You didn't like
What'd you say, Red?
You said you didn't like Jason Mewes.
I was just I don't know why they didn't use they didn't use Kane Hodder. They didn't use fucking Kane Hodder. I didn't like that. I didn't like the casting. You got the one chick from, although I had my run for a while where I was in love with Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child. Because God, she's fucking beautiful. And yeah, but she didn't really fit in the movie, and not because she's black, just because her character was just kind of I don't know, the characters in that new movie in Freddy vs. Jason were just kind of like weird. I don't know.
Well, you know what it is? It's
You're right.
Here's the thing, because I like the movie. I like the Freddy vs. Jason stuff. I agree. Kane Hodder's the best Jason, so they should have used him. But overall, I enjoyed their interaction with each other. I thought I totally agree. The teens were miscast, and it was almost like they were us. It was almost as though they were parodying the 80s style of acting, but they were kind of making it kind of a parody, because there was something different about 80s teenagers in the horror movies and then the 90s teenagers. 90s teenagers, they were different, there was something different about them, and this was almost like they were 90s teenagers, but they were parodying the 80s teenagers, where it was almost kind of like a spoof, but it wasn't like Scary Movie, where it was like they were just directly parodying it. It was supposed to kind of be taken seriously, but it sort of wasn't, and it just didn't mesh with that movie, because you have Freddy vs. Jason, which was like, that was serious, like these two were the characters you were used to, but they were sort of set in this world that wasn't exactly what you were expecting because of the teenagers. That was where they went wrong. They should have just done a more classic 80s style, writing of the kids.
I think they were a bit too confident, like they came up with this half-ass plan and were like really, really confident about it.
Yeah.
And of course it worked, but and I think the 90s, especially the late 90s, is when the whole trope of, the characters being hunted by the killers really started to buck up, and then it was more and more of the female characters that are bucking up, pushing their chest out to these killers, and it gets a little weird.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird dynamic. I don't. It is like, now that you mention it, there is definitely a different relationship and dynamic between 80s and 90s teens to the slashers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, that was one thing that kind of took me out of that movie. And I went to see it in the theater as soon as it opened, because I'd been waiting for that since I was a kid, because that was one of the arguments on the playground. Was always Freddy or Jason, and then somebody would always bring up Michael Myers or Pinhead.
That'd usually be me, because Halloween's my favorite. So I'd be like, Michael Myers would take them both out.
See, I always like Halloween too. I'm such a horror movie fan, especially the 80s. All those Halloween. I love Halloween. I do. It's a great movie. Halloween 4 is my favorite one, though, in the entire series.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I love Halloween 4.
Halloween 4 was the first one I saw as a kid. I saw it the year after it came out.
Revenge of Michael Myers?
Return
of Michael Myers? I thought Return was... Oh, no, 4 is Return, right? Because that's
5 is Revenge of Michael Myers.
And then 5 is Revenge, yeah.
5 is it's a fucking train wreck. Oh.
5 is the one that they've got... what's God, Ant-Man.
The girl that plays Rachel, is
Ant-Man. What's his name? What's his name? He plays Tommy.
Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's in 6.
Rudd, yeah, Paul Rudd. Oh, is that
Paul
6?
Rudd's in 6. Yep.
Okay, 6. That's the one that killed Loomis off.
Yep. Oh, God damn it, Sal.
Right, Loomis in 6. Yeah.
He died in 6.
Oh, okay.
My favorite is the Rob Zombie one, which
he died in 6.
I hate the Rob Zombie one.
The 0. Yeah, the Rob Zombie ones are not good.
I did not like. I understand there's people that do, and I say that as somebody who liked House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. I never watched the third one though. What was it? I don't even know. I can't remember what it's called. 3 from Hell. I never watched it. I was just like meh. After
I didn't watch that one either. Actually, I watched the first. I watched Devil's Rejects. And I've seen House of a Thousand Corpses, but I haven't seen.
You know what? Neither have I.
See, I did a trailer reaction to it, and then I just kind of lost. I was like, eh. It was the same thing. I had to look back because I was like, I know I did a trailer reaction to A Quiet Place 2. I found the date. It was January 1st of 2020 was my trailer reaction to A Quiet Place 2. And if I just saw the movie fucking last night, that's how weird it's been. But God, yeah, I don't know. So all right, Nightmare on Elm Street. So the teenagers become the target of Freddy Krueger, and Robert Englund. How genius was he as Freddy? I mean,
there's no one else that can play that role. Like,
no,
no.
no.
And we've seen it. We've seen someone. Well, they didn't do a Robert. It's not like they did an impression, but the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. No, you can't. He is Freddy. He just is Freddy.
I hated the remake. I saw it in the theater.
Too.
I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
I was Freddy Krueger for Halloween, I think in like 4th or 5th grade.
I was too. I still have the sweater, actually. I've got it here. I've got the sweater. I've kept it all these years. And I think I still have the gloves somewhere too. If
I didn't want to walk out right now, I could go get the glove. I have the glove I got as a kid. Trey plays with it all the time.
Yeah, I have it somewhere. Yeah.
Yep, he plays with the glove. So, the damn, Freddy Krueger is a memorable character. Let's see. Sal says Jackie Earl Haley is a fantastic actor and a great Freddy surrounded by a terrible movie. Not his fault. No, I'm not blaming him. And wasn't he in Watchmen? Wasn't Jackie Earl Haley in Watchmen too? I don't know. I can't remember. I haven't seen.
I'm not sure about that.
I haven't seen Watchmen since like the year. I watched it like right when it came out, and then like when it hit DVD or Blu-ray, and then I rented it again with somebody, and I haven't watched it since. Yes, okay, he was in Watchmen. Thank you, Keely Chow. Yeah, it was the writing and the direction in that movie, the way the character was written. The direction of the movie, I mean, not the director, but it was off. The story didn't. No, you can't have anybody else play Freddy Krueger. That character just needs to go away after.
Well, I don't remember a sense of humor in the remake either. Like
Freddy
there wasn't. He didn't have. Yeah, it wasn't like the sarcastic kind of funny. It just wasn't there. It was just supposed to be more dark and, like everything they remake. Even, the Halloween, the same thing. Well, not that Halloween, it doesn't really have a lot of funny moments, but they tried to make it even more dark and even, more gruesome. And it's like, you don't need that. That doesn't always mean the movie's scarier or better. Sometimes it's just simplistic thrillers, work best. Like Halloween 1 and 2. It was gory enough, but there was nothing overly gory. It didn't need to be. It was dark enough, but it didn't have to be like super dark and disturbing. It just and I get zombie, Rob Zombie, that's kind of his thing, but it doesn't always work. It just doesn't always work.
Rob Zombie's like, here's how every movie starts for Rob Zombie. He's like, all right, so we're gonna do Halloween. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. First of all, my wife's fucking in it. All right, and it's like, wait, motherfucker, what?
Yeah.
Like, wait, what? Because like I read. I can't remember what the last movie was. He had his wife play like she was like a college like radio DJ. I'm like, bitch, you're like 50 years old. Like, I mean, you're good looking for 50, but you can't play no college student at 50. Like, what are you, Rodney Dangerfield and back to school? Like,
well, you can really go to college at any age.
You can't. I mean, I guess, but they're trying to pass her off like she's,
young hottie.
I'm just like, I can't remember what movie it was, but it was the witch one. It was the witch one, I think. The sale. I don't know. Sal probably know. He'll know. I can't remember because I didn't watch it, but I know
if there isn't a white trash family, it's not a Rob Zombie movie.
That's it's got to be. It's got to be. He's like, I need gutter puke trailer trash, or nothing. He was the main antagonist.
That's kind of what we turned Michael Myers into too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Nano Reapers. Oh, he was okay. He's Sal's
Lords of Salem.
Lords of Salem. Yep, that's it. He was the main antagonist, Lackey and Alita. He played Rorschach in Watchmen. All right.
Oh, Rorschach. Yeah, that's
okay. I couldn't think of the name of the character. I was like, I remember his face though. No,
I don't even think he showed his face in that movie because he had the mask on the whole time, didn't he?
Well, didn't he go to prison? When he went to prison,
he had the mask. Oh, maybe he took the mask. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, take it off when he was in prison.
Give me back my face.
He said, what he says like, "You're locked in here with me. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me." She was just trying to pay off her student loans. Yeah, it was. Yep, Lords of Salem. Thank you, Sal. I couldn't think of the name. But yeah, I don't like the Rob Zombie thing. Like, okay, so I watched. Like I said, I watched House of a Thousand Corpses as soon as it hit. Well, back then it was, I can't remember if it was on Blu-ray or VHS, whatever. I remember renting. I think it was DVD.
Yeah.
So I rented it. I remember renting. It was about 2001. I rented that, and I was like, this is pretty, it's pretty cool. I'm like, all right, I dig it. Sequel comes out. I was like, after the ending scene, I'm like, how did these motherfuckers survive? Like, there's no way. Like, they all got shot to shit, and going into the third one, I was like, how, but, yeah, I just, and then I was like, but I dug them, and then it got to Halloween, and I was like, and I love the original Halloween, like I said, but part 4 is my favorite, but because part 4 was still true, I think, to the original idea.
Yeah, they started building the backstory a little bit into Michael, which is, which I kind of like the whole, the Sam Hain and the whole sort of secret underground cult, because I'm into that kind of like.
It was a cool
researching that kind of
concept.
stuff. It was a cool concept, yeah, and that's where I think Rob Zombie went wrong because he tried to give too much of a backstory as Michael Myers as a kid.
Yeah,
and like you guys said, he kind of had like the trailer trash home thing, and like that's not the original story. That's not what that gives him a different backstory and a different motive, and that's not like the motive of the originals was he for some reason he was he was disturbed as a child and killed his sister, and then you find out later in the movies that there was a whole cult and his mom, there's a whole thing that he was born into this devil worshipping Sam Hain cult, and there's a spiritual component to it, so it kind of starts making a little more sense. But they don't, that's about as far as they go with it. But they try to make it too real world, too realistic, and too disturbing. And sometimes you don't need that. You want kind of just the mystery and the, something more. I don't know. It's weird to say endearing, but there's something endearing about the classic Freddy and the classic Jason movies and the classic Halloween movies. They're dark, of course, and they're horror movies, but there's something kind of endearing about them. And a lot of it was the time, the 80s and late 70s for Halloween. They just had a different feel to them. But when you try to remake these things, everyone goes for, we got to make it more realistic and more dark and disturbing. But then you lose the endearing aspect of what those movies, captured. I mean, I think actually Fanzy they covered this pretty well in the 80s documentary he did. Some of those endearing moments that those movies had that you just lose that these days.
Yeah, and explaining away too much can be a problem too. I mean, sometimes pure evil is all you need.
Yeah, right. You don't need to go into too much of why.
Well, that's it. The thing with the new movies is most of them are just assembled by committee. They're not designed to give us the same feeling that the old movies there was care that went into writing those and a lot of cocaine. And that's something that's really missing in writers' rooms today is, number one, a care for the subject matter, and number two, they're way too stringent with their rules on open drug use in the writers' rooms now. I can say that, but no, seriously, there is these new things and even the rehashes. I should say the rehashes and the reboots and the repurposing of these. They're hollow. Like the Friday the 13th reboot, I was so excited for that because like I said, Friday the 13th, when it comes to slashers, that's my shit. I love them. I love Jason Voorhees. And it was just terrible. It was just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Jason Voorhees is not Leatherface. He doesn't know how to run electric wires, set traps. I mean,
right. He's just a mindless. Well, not totally mindless, but he's a kind of a one-track killer. Yeah, he doesn't. It's not. He's not strategic. Freddy's strategic. But Jason isn't. Michael Myers
Freddy's more cognizant of what he's doing than Jason. Jason's just like kill, just kill,
just chase after and kill.
Yep, that's
especially during sex.
Yes, and
especially yeah. He does. He has good timing, I guess. Not strategic, but he times his kills very well.
I guess it depends which end of that you're on. It could be good or bad timing.
Right.
But that's true. That's true. Yeah.
But no. So let's see. So this is the Tina scene right here. Yeah, her boyfriend was played by Johnny Depp. Glenn was her boyfriend. Man. A very young Johnny Depp in Nightmare on Elm Street. Shooting Tina's death scene wasn't easy as it required a special set, carefully planned shots, and the actors to keep track of where they were. Speaking to Rolling Stone in 2014, Craven Weiss and mechanical special effects designer Jim Doyle shared the secrets behind Tina's death in A Nightmare on Elm Street, revealing they built a special rotating set to make the illusion of Tina being dragged all over the room more believable. Craven was inspired by the musical Royal Wedding, in which Fred Astaire does a dance number where he dances up the sides of the wall across the ceiling, but filming in a rotating set wasn't easy for the crew and actors. Weiss shared she got vertigo after the first spin, and her perspective kept changing as she moved, and the set circled more and more. Doyle explained that the wall was a long way away, and suddenly it came up really fast, so Weiss just fell into it and didn't realize that it looked actually really good. But it certainly didn't feel that way. The disorientation helped Weiss' performance and her terror, and she was 75% real. And it was also added to the desperation her character was feeling. With Craven sharing that once they got their take, Weiss was completely freaked out. Weiss' confusion and vertigo ultimately made the scene look crazier, and Tina's death became one of the most memorable and shocking moments from A Nightmare on Elm Street.
That sort of sounds familiar. It sounds like the Alfred Hitchcock story of the birds, with the famous scene where, you know, the lead actress, Jessica, was it? Yeah, Jessica something in that movie, the lead actress of the movie, where she's in the phone booth, I believe, you know, and he's, you know, she's supposed to be terrified. The birds are coming after her, and Alfred Hitchcock just wasn't convinced. So I guess he had told the crew, like, just start launching them at her head, you know, like just start throwing them at her head. And they kept shooting the scene over and over until she started actually freaking out. And I think she had like PTSD from that scene, like going forward in her career. She'd have like flashbacks of being like kind of tormented and tortured in that scene, you know, having the crew like throwing birds at her head because Alfred Hitchcock wanted it to be believable and wanted her to be like, so apparently, again, that's like 75%. She's really freaked out, you know, because they were actually throwing birds trying to hit her.
Is it bad that all I can think about is that cartoon Life with Louie? Not you're talking about that, you know, throwing birds at her head. Just Life with Louie. Louie Anderson be like, I don't want to go to school today. The kids will say I'm fat and I have a big head. Oh. And just people throwing birds at Louie's head because it was fucking huge. It's just, I know what you're talking about though, Fido. I know, dude. I remember the scene. I remember it. And that, do you think about, because what year that was made in was it the 60s?
Yeah, that was 60s.
Like,
early 60s.
The effects that they use in that, you know, how it looks today, and that's still it's still fucking a decent looking movie if you look at it from the perspective of when it was made.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. I mean, you know, it's a little wonky obviously with some of the birds, but it's a cool movie, and it's one of the, I think it was one of the first, wasn't it like one of the first like real like animal horror type movies?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it was before Jaws, it was before you know, Cujo and Pet Sematary. It was before all of that. I can't really think of one that predates.
Yeah, I don't think there was really any like that. So that was basically like the start of the you know, the wild animal genre. Yeah, like you mentioned, the like Cujo, and Cujo freaked me out as a kid. Cujo freaked me out because what was he, a goddamn Saint Bernard? Something was it? Yeah, it was a Saint Bernard, wasn't it?
Was it Saint Bernard? Or...
He was. I can't remember what kind of dog his big ass was. But my dad's ex partner when he was a cop had 6 Great Pyrenees. And if you're familiar with those are not small dogs. And I was terrified of those things as a kid. Rottweiler. Oh, he was a Rottweiler?
He might have been a Rottweiler.
Okay,
that's
Rottweiler.
what I'm thinking.
All right, thank you, Nano Reaper. All right. Yeah. See, I've never had a problem with, I love Rots. They're gorgeous dogs.
I think the same thing with pit bulls. I think pit bulls are beautiful dogs.
Dude, the problem is the drool.
Oh yeah,
yeah, the drool for a Rottweiler. Yeah.
My in-laws have a blue pit, and my brother-in-law has a blue pit. They've always had them since I've known my wife. They're freaking great. Like my in-laws' dog is like, we actually can't let my dog around that one because Roxy is the pit bull, and she's been around Trey since he was a baby, and you know, we've only had Natty for 2 years, so it's like the pit is very possessive of my son. So it's like she would tear our dog up. She's not mean at all, but she's just protective. So it's like I can't, and so is Natty though, because that's her, that's her boy.
That's her, right?
So it's like we just have to keep them. We keep them separated.
Yeah.
Oh, Black Rose Comics is in the house. So, yeah, what's going on? Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Hail, Black Rose Comics. Sal says, oh, boo-hoo, someone's scared of birds.
Birds freaked me out when I was a kid.
Did they really?
Not the movie, not actual birds.
Oh, okay. I was
like, he had a bad incident with a bunch of pigeons in the park in a shake and bake pan.
I did have a bad incident with seagulls, but I was more, closer to adult age by then. Than I had a bucket of French fries on the beach, so I had it coming.
No, they're like the pigeons of the ocean.
They're flying rats. Seagulls
they
are
are
flying rats, literally.
The rats of the ocean.
Wait. Cujo. Yeah, it says Cujo, a St. Bernard bitten by a bat.
Oh, was it St. Bernard?
Was it St. Bernard? All right.
Okay, you were right. I remember it being more of like a something like a Rottweiler, but yeah, okay.
I think there was another horror movie featuring a Rottweiler, but I can't remember what that was called.
Has anybody
What's
ever
the
seen...
one? There's Pet Cemetery. Wait, is it the Graveyard? No, the Graveyard Shift. What's the Stephen King where they work down the sewers, the big rats?
That was Graveyard Shift.
Graveyard Shift, right? Okay, that was Graveyard Shift. Yeah.
Remember the Mangler?
With the rats.
Yup, the big freaking nasty rats.
Yeah.
This is the Mangler. Man's best friend, said Glinzer. That's right. It was Man's best friend with the rat.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Does anybody remember?
Turner and Hooch.
Yeah. What about Monkey Shines?
Monkey Shines? I don't remember that.
That's a terrible fucking movie. It's horrible. I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, and I kind of liked it as a kid because the monkey was like a helper monkey for this dude who was like a quadriplegic, and fucking the monkey ends up going ape shit, and like because he's like telekinetically like linked up with the guy. If the guy has any like negative thoughts towards anybody, the monkey will go and fucking kill him. And the movie is so boring until like the last like 10 minutes of it, and even then it's kind of still like, is this over yet? Like we were watching it for my birthday at a watch party, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm like, I am so fucking sorry.
Fun fact, later on in life that monkey became the Hooked on Phonics monkey.
No, monkey, that's a bad monkey. Sal, wait, what did Sal say? My sister got attacked by a gullet, flew down and stole her one-time bitten cheeseburger. The top 10 funniest things I've ever seen. Dude, I would never let my sister live that down if one of them got attacked by a seagull. Oh my god! Like seriously,
listen, that was crazy. There was a swarm of these things. I'm actually surprised I didn't get shit on.
Oh, yep. Sal was on that stream. He says, "I remember you making us watch that." Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey, at least, Blood Salvage was good. Blood Salvage is a fun horror movie. That one's fun. It's a very low budget. It's on YouTube for free. So if you have like 90 minutes, you just want to kick back and watch a goofy like 1991 or 2 horror movie, check Blood Salvage out. I recommend it. It's not Monkey Shine's bad. I swear to you, it's not. It's actually kind of funny. It's better than watching The Room for the 5th time on your channel as a watch party and act like it's some big deal. What are you doing, Duder?
I was just coming in here to hear you say that.
I did. I know. You should be in bed.
Silence him. Silence him.
I love you. Dude.
Silence is violence.
Go.
Silence is violence.
Wait. All right. Well, we are. What are you doing there?
I'm showing them.
Yes, the bottle opener from Phoenix Animation.
Oh yeah.
I got to use this a couple times last weekend, so yeah, that was it works perfect, and it's still unscathed. All right, go see Mom. I love you. She's covering my mouth. Help! I'm being silenced. Help!
Diarrhea cha cha cha.
Diarrhea cha cha cha.
You're a white man. No one cares.
That's right. Toxic white male. Nobody cares. All right, let me slide. Let's hit this Let's hit this brace. You want to get later. Let me hit this bumper right. Let's see, which one are we going to use right now? We'll go with this one right here. All right.
That's great.
Oh, that raft one was awesome. I like the drone one though. That girl gets that
drone was good too. Yeah.
Take a drone.
I thought
to
it was
the
gonna
head.
just drop some. I thought it was just gonna drop it down, but then it like attacks her.
When drones attack.
Yeah.
Satirical article taking jab at mainstream video games press causes legitimate outrage among mainstream video game journalists. Have you guys like been kind of following this story at all? The IGN,
No,
thing?
I have not. I have not.
Yeah, not
seen
really.
this.
No.
All right, so IGN, in all their infinite wisdom, somebody at IGN wrote an article about how to raise money for Palestine, and IGN Israel called out the U.S. IGN office on it and goes, "Why are you backing Palestine? Like, what are you trying to do here? Like, hi, how you doing?"
Nice.
Yeah. So they took the article down off IGN, and then all the IGN employees were like suffering from like PTSD and stress, and they were distraught because the big mean editors actually did their job, and they didn't let the weirdo activist, who's a shit writer anyway, just use the platform that somebody else greater than them built to espouse their political bullshit rhetoric, which has no place on a video game website. And those of you who know me know where I stand in the Israel-Palestine debate. You know that. But I don't talk about it here because this isn't the forum for that. And IGN, this journalist, made the conscious decision to try to use their platform, somebody else's platform, for their own bullshit. And I can say I've been on that side, but that's why I don't sympathize with them, because I did this when I was in my my first year on the air in FM. I worked in FM for 6 years, and I got suspended from the air a couple times for the quote what my the owner of the station, who I jokingly in a wrestling promo referred to as like how Scott Hall used to call Ted Turner Millionaire Ted. I called him Millionaire Jeff in a promo. This is an homage. I was like, nobody's gonna get this anyway, but because I was joking around about my day job working for Millionaire Jeff, and I got suspended from the air for editorializing on their time, on their platform, and they suspended me from the air for 2 weeks. Which it was a side job anyway, so I mean it was like I'm losing like the time it takes me to at that point to record my weekend shift was like an hour, so I'm like, whatever, I don't give a shit. So
Well, I mean, David Letterman, ETAP.
Exactly. But these IGN people just can't they can't fucking realize that this isn't the place for that. Political websites for politics, video game websites for video games. IGN is dumb as fuck. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, Glinzer. Sal says, at least you acknowledge that way too many YouTubers saying get your politics out of entertainment and followed up by shoehorning their political beliefs into the same videos. Fuck them. Dude, that's why I have basically a no politics policy here. Because I have people from all over the spectrum. And like I said, I have no bones about telling you I'm a libertarian. I'm just kind of like, do what you do, and I'll do what I do. Just don't hurt anybody in the process, and we're good. We're good. That's where I sit, But I don't talk about this shit, so be it, But IGN, yeah, they're well. Let's be honest. IGN is aren't they pretty much just outdated at this point anyway?
Yeah, it seems
pretty
like
much.
most of these. Yeah.
Yeah, this Hard Drive. So Hard Drive's a satirical news website in the vein of The Onion and the Babylon Bee, whose content focuses exclusively on video games, tweeted a link to their article, IGN writer excited to start playing video game he just finished reviewing, from their official Twitter account. This is actually funny. The article was originally from 2018. Hard Drive's article satirized a number of the unprofessional and well-documented habits which have plagued the industry of video games journalism in recent years. This particular case that this article was about was one of the IGN journalists had plagiarized an entire video review of a video game by a YouTuber and got caught for it.
Shocking.
Yeah. So here's the Hard Drive tweet. IGN writer excited to start playing game he just finished reviewing. Doesn't that kind of look like Nick Kroll? It almost looks like Nick Kroll, I think.
The guy, the writer there?
Yeah.
Austin Rivera?
Oh man. He does. It kind of looks like Nick Kroll. But
Yeah, he does. He does kind of look like him, yeah.
Let's see. Such satirized habits included plagiarism, professional critics, growing inability to finish games before reviewing them, due in some part to the increased scheduling demands of remaining internet relevant, and how readers will gloss over a reviewer's writing to get to the score and forget about it a few minutes later. I could probably write anything I want in there because nobody is going to read it, said Austin Rivera, the fictitious reviewer presented as the subject of the article. I basically have a bachelor's degree in garbage. Oh my God, I think I've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, well, I mean, gaming journalism has been down the shitter for a long time.
Yeah. Well, that's how Gamergate started. It's like, hey, can we have some honesty in game journalism? Game journalism. This is Gamergate. Wait, what? You people are evil. Where's Count Sarkeesian? Where's the Count? Blah, I'm here to milk this dry. Let's see. Clearly hitting too close to home for many. The article is sharing as part of nothing more than a routine instance of content promotion soon led to the Hard Times being inundated with a storm of outraged tweets from real-world members of the video game press who felt the satirical piece of writing was an outright harassment and attack campaign against their profession.
Well, because their profession's a joke.
Right? I realize this is likely just standard weekend re-promo, but the timing is bad and the message is worse, wrote IGN editor of editorial videos Zachary Ryan. I'm typically a fan of your IGN goofs, but please consider taking this down. This is hurtful to a lot of hardworking folks. Why can't you capitalize anything, you fuck? You're a journalist and you start a sentence with the lowercase I. What are you, 6? What are you, like a 15-year-old girl? Why don't you put a little heart on top of it, you douchebag? This guy with his blue check mark, of course, Zachary has a blue check mark. See?
Well, that's pretty much how they write their articles, too. So, no big surprise.
Dude, you can't even call this writing. Like, you can't. You can't call what they do writing. Like, Gameranks video producer Andrew Gibbia asserted, "Y'all rarely miss, but this is a big miss. Yikes. I don't think you realize the damage a goof like this does," says Gebbia. "Reviewers, creators have it hard enough dealing with clowns in the comments. Just make our jobs harder, why don't you?" Like, are these people like this bitch made? Like, seriously. Like,
The
what?
snowflake generation.
Oh my
They're
God.
melting. They're melting. They're melting.
Oh, dude, this hurts my head. "This ain't it," similarly declared former IGN writer Janet Garcia, adding, "At a time it was very specific. It was a very specific dig, but bringing this out in 2021 just perpetuates a harmful view of critics. With all the stuff going on at IGN, it feels especially inappropriate." Shut the fuck up. Like, you people, you think you're these like modern messiahs of like, and you know, like you're not Walter Cronkite. You're not out, working the beat, working for stories. You're sitting there scrolling through Twitter. You're not, you're supposed to be reviewing games, and you're not doing shit.
They're parasites.
They are. They're cultural parasites. And it's fucking ridiculous that they feel like they're some protected class. All they are is they're just useful idiots. That's what they are. They're useful idiots.
And not even that useful.
No. This is great right here. "If game journalism ceased to exist tomorrow, 3 things would happen. The number of new studios would fall, the number of paid influencer campaigns would rise, the cost of making games would increase due to needing significantly larger ad spend." Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't think any of that would happen.
Yeah, I think social media takes care of a large amount of the ads, the free advertisements.
Yeah.
People YouTubers reviewing games, watching gameplay. I mean, I don't think you really need to pay for as much as they're thinking. I don't know how new studios would go down from lack of journalism.
It doesn't make any sense. That's a straw man and a half.
Yeah.
It is. It is just a straw man and a half. Let's see. CG Mag online contributor Mary Guthrie asserted, "This is in poor taste and bad timing. I know this is supposed to be funny, but it's not right now," she continued. "Game journalists deal with so much hate and harassment, and this just perpetuates this and the stereotype of game journalists don't play games. They're paid off." Oh, God.
Well, what's the old adage? If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Yep.
That's just it. If you're not built for the shit, don't do the shit. It's as simple as that.
I thought I was going to sneeze.
I thought you were fearful of hate from the chat.
I was.
It hurts you. It hurts your soul.
No. I was gonna sneeze. I was like, oh shit, I gotta turn this camera off. Let's see. So what do you make a hard drive satirical article? I think it was just that. It was fucking funny satire, and they were taking a shot at people who are open season because they make themselves as such. I can't even begin to sympathize with these kind of people because they turn, they'll heel turn on somebody faster than anything because they're like you said, they're parasites. They don't care. What'd Sal say here? Kane confirmed these people would be lined up and forced into hard, physically demanding work when the shit hits the fan because they literally have no other skills. Yep.
Yeah.
Go dig a hole and bury yourself in it.
Are they strong enough to
contribute
even dig
nothing.
the hole? Do they even have physical strength?
Oh no,
to be able to do that?
These people don't know. They don't know what labor is. They actually make like quite a bit of money. I think as game, which is kind of ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
considering what they actually do and what their skill set actually is. But I don't know. Like I don't have any faith in. Like I said, the newest console I own is a PlayStation 2, so I don't really worry about game journalism at this point. just all things being equal, as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go play No Mercy again on my N64 like I did last night. Because actually, you know what? I watched the first episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation last night, because I'm gonna start rewatching it, and I passed out like I was getting close to the end, and I was exhausted, and I got right down the end, and I fucking fell asleep. So it's like I'm gonna try to rewatch it tonight. It's either tonight or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow because I have an earlier night, and then be able to stay awake for it. But the wife wants to watch with me too, so I'm like, "Are you gonna get into Star Trek?"
What, Superman Lois? Did you say?
No, Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh,
but I need to watch the last 3 episodes of Superman and Lois too.
Yeah.
I've got them on my DVR. I got to watch them. So I got a lot of stuff. And then I still got to review Chick Fight. That review is almost 2 years in the making now. I feel like that's my Halloween 2018 of recent, because like I wrote my Halloween 2018 review and then sat on it for like 5 months before I produced it. And then I produced it as it turned into a Cleveland Browns stool band review because I hated that movie so much. Oh my God. Like I can't even describe how much hatred I had for that fucking movie. Every decision that they made in that movie was bad. And I mean that. I say that as somebody who has seen both Rob Zombie movies multiple times because I'm a goddamn masochist. But no, that Halloween 2018, fuck that movie and everybody in it. Fuck them.
There's a few I'd consider.
Yes. Not Jamie Lee Curtis. She has too much activity and probably would poop during sex because she's old and lacks bowel control anymore.
No, and I hear she was born as a hermaphrodite.
Oh yeah, she had. Yeah, that's right.
A little weird, you know.
This is what we've devolved into at this point, ladies and gentlemen. You thought at the beginning of the show it couldn't get any worse when I was telling mask stories from Walmart. No, ladies and gentlemen, we've devolved into Jamie Lee Curtis pooping from Activia.
Activia.
I was just gonna do that. Oh no! Let's pull up the final article of the evening. This bothers me. This is from a couple days ago, but I haven't really had a chance to talk about it. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this tonight. New rumor claims a Joker sequel is in development. Director Todd Phillips previously said no sequel was in development.
Is it a rumor? I thought that was official now.
I'm pretty sure. Well, it's a Hollywood. It's close to Hollywood Reporter feature, kind of on top Hollywood lawyers. In the slot on Warren.
I don't think. I mean, the first movie was good enough. There's no need to do of course they are, because everything has to be franchised. But
yeah,
that's a perfect movie for a one-off.
Yes,
standalone film that doesn't need to be part of anything. It doesn't need to have a sequel. It doesn't need to be franchised. It doesn't need to be connected to anything. It should just stand alone as it is. Because I don't know where do you take it?
They made far more money than they expected to. That's why they're looking at a sequel.
They want to cash in.
Yeah.
They want to cash in again.
It's just not needed.
No, I agree. It was
at some point you're gonna have too many freaking Batman universes. Because you got the Matt Reeves, there's still rumors about the Affleck having a series now. A Batman series with Batfleck. So that's still, I guess, rumored. And now you've got this Joker. You have Gotham as a TV show. You've got Batwoman, god awful TV show. I mean, there's too many. Plus, we've got the Keaton Flash, whatever that's going to be. I mean, there's just so many different Batman verses right now that it's just too, you don't need another Joker verse that's going to somehow be connected with a different Batman, because we already saw Bruce as a young kid. So it can't be connected to any of the other Batman movies, right?
No.
Yeah. Dude, Affleck can barely make it from movie to movie. I don't think there's any way we're going to see an Affleck series.
I mean, it's been, I don't know if that'll ever come to fruition, but
I hope it does.
That is rumored again.
I hope
I
it
do
does.
too. I like him as Batman. I'd like to see it.
Yes.
I would like to, yeah.
I think that's the only character Zack Snyder should be allowed to work with is Batman.
It fits his mood, his setting,
Yes, it does. Yeah,
it does. I think I don't know. I think he might do well with Deathstroke too.
Well, that's still part. Yeah, the Batman verse. Yeah, Deathstroke would be up his alley.
Yeah, I would like to see that, come to fruition with Joe Manganiello when he can still do that.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to look at like Joe Manganiello. I mean, he's a big put together guy. He's built. Seeing him, the way he turned out, knowing he was Flash Thompson compared to the kid that plays Flash Thompson now.
Oh man, it's just a world of difference.
Holy shit! Could you say Generation fucking Soy? Like seriously?
Yeah, that's
Like,
a perfect example of it right there.
Multiverse of difference.
Like Joe Manganiello was like our generation, and then it's like the one after. It's like what motherfucker? What?
Yeah, that is a perfect comparison there.
It is. It's
It's perfect.
And Joe Manganiello is married to Sofia Vergara. He's this and what's this little guy? Is he quadsexual or something like that? I mean, he got a butterfly in his fucking Twitter handle or some shit. I don't know. I'm just clowning. The actor seems like a wonderful guy off set. It's just it's funny to see that visual, like literally. It is nerds became the bullies, because they're all cyber bullies now. Like,
well, that's the thing, right? Yeah,
there's no threat of getting your ass kicked, so they can be bullies. They can assume the mantle.
Look at Peter, even Tom Holland. Like, if it was just Peter Parker versus, he could whip this kid's fucking ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it was just he could just whip the shit out of him.
If it was just Peter Parker versus Flash,
right?
Because even Tom Holland is like stronger and better put together than. Right.
Yeah, like he would whip this kid's fucking ass. Like, you got.
There's nothing to be intimidated by. Where Joe Manganiello, he was intimidating to even Tobey Maguire.
Yes,
he looked at him, you're like, okay, he's a big dude,
Yep.
But this Flash, it's like, but Tom Holland is bigger and stronger than him naturally.
Yeah.
So what is there to be intimidated by?
I'm gonna hurt your reputation and your social media presence.
Right? Yeah, that's the threat.
That's basically it.
Yeah,
it's like I'm a negative influencer.
Your social credit score is going to be demoted.
That's it. The social credit score. I'll give you a bad Yelp review.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh God damn it! Not these Yelpers again.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Joker needs anything else. I think Joker needs to exist in its own bubble, and it's perfect where it is with no Batman, just Joker, and that's it right there. The movie is here. It's in that sphere, and that's where it exists. You don't need to correlate or tie anything in with it. You don't need a fucking origin story for the Joker now. That's the origin story right there. We don't need a prequel to the prequel.
I heard somebody in one of the chats, read somebody in one of the chats the other day. This topic came up, and they said it might be kind of cool to see like a Joker sequel where he's in Arkham and he's like the story of him twisting Harley Quinn's mind, right? Mm-hmm. That might be interesting, but that's about the only kind of sequel I'd be interested in for this particular Joker.
See, but they can't even do Harley Quinn right.
Well, no, but it's not the same folks though.
Yeah,
it would be Todd Phillips' version of Harley Quinn.
Who would you, if you could recast? Would you recast her?
Oh, you have to, because it's a different world.
Who would you like to see play her?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Yeah, that is an interesting question.
Someone that's got that sexy teacher look, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly,
if she were younger, I would say I could see Sarah later, because I think she could play off, that teacher Charlize Theron. Yeah, because she could be a badass, but she could also play that hot teacher thing. If she were younger, I would say she would be a good pick. She'd have to get the voice down. That's the only thing. Her voice is kind of, but I'm sure she could do it. But she'd be a good pick. I could see her doing it. She's a good actress, and she can handle action scenes. She's got the acting chops.
Well, of course, everything is problematic.
There's two people I have in mind for this. One, let me say if I could cast any actress as her, that I could pick. You know who I think is an off the wall pick, but would be fun if she was in her prime, would be Dina Meyer.
Oh, Dina Meyer, yeah.
Dina Meyer.
Yeah, I've always liked Dina Meyer.
She was a stone cold fox in Melrose Place and 90210 and
everything
Starship
she was
Troopers.
in. Starship Troopers.
Here we go again.
Yeah, it all goes back to Melrose Place. It all goes back to Melrose Place.
She was in Friends. She played a bitchy role in Friends too.
She's
was
in
always like a hard
Seinfeld.
ass.
She was
Seinfeld?
she was Mulva. Remember?
Yeah,
Dolores.
Dolores. Yeah,
My name rhymes with a part of the female anatomy. Dolores.
Dolores. Oh God, so good. Yeah, she's good. She can play.
Yeah. But my picks were either, honestly, and this is gonna sound.
I don't know if she has the. Do you think she has like the kind of kookiness though?
I think I think she
could pull off the kookiness. Maybe she's a good. I mean, I've always liked her.
I think she could. Is honestly who I think right now that could do it, and this is gonna sound really weird, but I'm a huge fan of hers from fucking Batwoman is Rachel Scarston that plays Alice.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Keeping it in the family.
She is the best part of that show, hands down. And she's one case of an actress out acting the shitty writing. And she plays that character, which could kind of be seen as like a Harley Quinn type.
It sort of is like a Harley Quinn type, right? She's kind of a little out there, kind of cuckoo.
She's
wasn't she in the back girl? What was it? The
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. Yeah, wasn't she in Birds of Prey? She didn't play Harley though in that, did she?
No, I can't remember who
did
she played in
that?
it.
She was in that too. She's done a lot of, so you can keep it in the family and have her.
You see, she's good. Oh God.
Oh, another monster. That's a good call, Jamie Presley. Yeah, back in her day. Yeah, when she was. That's right. She looked like her.
I picked Jamie Presley's abs.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Jamie Presley. Yeah, she'd be a good choice.
Her and Brittany Daniel from The Broken Lizard. What was she? Fuck, the one on the island with the serial killer. I'm going way off base here. Brittany Daniel, though. She was in Joe Dirt, too.
Oh, yeah.
She was Brandy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Club Dread. Broken Lizard's Club Dread. That's the one. Oh, she was a smoke. Brittany Daniel looked fucking smoking in that, too. But anyway.
I know that modern actresses, that big-titted blonde from The Magicians might be okay. I don't know her name.
Alexandra Daddario?
Perhaps.
I don't know. I just hear her. I heard big tits, and I was like Alexandra Daddario or Catherine Winnick. I don't know. But no, seriously though, my pick would be Rachel Scarston if I had to cast Harley Quinn for a Todd Phillips Joker. Either her or no, I would go with Rachel Scarston. She's I do. I think that she is honestly like a bright spot on that show, despite how bad it is. She's, like I said, she outacts the bad writing. But yeah, I don't. This Gotham PD is going to be a spinoff of Joker, or the spinoff of the Batman. Is that what it is? I don't.
Is anybody going to watch that?
It's supposed to be a spin-off. I think it's of the Batman.
Gotham PD. Bum 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 bum.
Yeah, another monster. The chick that played Atlas. Yeah.
Yep.
No idea. I'm terrible with actor and actress celebrity names in general, but mostly I don't give a shit.
This is one of the best memes ever, too, right here. However, the Hollywood Reporter claimed Joker sequels in development back in 2019, only to be rebuked by Phillips until they started dangling fucking money and royalties in front of him, I'm sure. Yeah, she also detailed that Phillips had a meeting with Warner Brothers Chairman Toby Emmerich, claiming he pitched a package of origin films based on the DC Comics characters. Phillips would rebuke the story in an interview with IndieWire. He stated,
"Now he would have to lose weight again."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
which he had said was incredibly hard for him to do and not very healthy.
Oh God, no! He starved himself. He was fucking emaciated.
But he would have to. He'd have to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine, him. He goes all the way into the role, so he's not going to half-ass it. So he would have to. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, Nana Reaper. They've pretty much done everything. Just about everything's a rehash these days. So.
Yeah, I mean, what they've done everything with Batman.
Yep. We've seen Thomas and Martha die as probably more than
we've seen his origin story 10 times now.
We've seen them die more than we've seen Uncle Ben die.
That's true. We have.
You know, I mean, it's to the point we've had Negan and Maggie as Batman's parents.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Lauren Cohan thought she was slick leaving The Walking Dead, trying to start her own show. That bitch got canceled like that. Because they had that sad ass fucking weak fucking male, what was the male co-lead to that show? Was it called Whiskey Cavalier? Her and Scott Foley trying to carry a show with those two. It's like, bitch, you left The Walking Dead like at the apex of your money making ability. They wouldn't give her what she wanted, so she left. Now she came crawling back when the fucking bitch is limping into the barn. I'm 3 episodes back on Fear the Walking Dead. I'm like, oh my God, it's a chore to watch it. Like, I'm just watching it out of like habit at this point. It's like a battered spouse. I keep going back. I can't.
You need to do something with yourself, man. You got to get over this self-hate.
I miss Batwoman. It'll be back next Sunday. Thank God. I miss her. I do. It's like, it was today. I was lost. I'm like, I feel like I should be doing it. Like, I did the short video, you know, when I play in the streams or wrote the outline. I'm like, I didn't spend 8 hours working on Batwoman today. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with myself? I went out and mowed the lawn and cleaned my lawnmower out and cleaned my garage. Look, I have
what are
a
you
life.
Doing the show's canceled.
I'm praying for the Powerpuff Girls to just come out and just lay an egg.
I was gonna say he'll find another stinker.
I'm waiting because they had to, like, the Powerpuff Girls got delayed now because they wanted to retool the whole thing because of how bad that fucking.
Was that gonna be live action?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. The chick, the hot girl from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that played Quake, is in it. And they're all like one or two of them are lesbicanos or bisexual, and you know they're all. It's the fucking. I did a video on them. Like, holy shit, dude! Like, because my sisters used to watch that, and so I've seen a couple episodes, and it's just like, this is weird. Like, what they're because they had that leaked script, and the script is just like. It's cringy. So based on the reaction that they got from the leaked stuff, the creators of the show or the executives at the CW made them go back and retool the whole thing, which is funny because the CW's usually like, well, they'll approve anything. I mean, look at half the Batwoman episodes. Like they're south of 400,000 viewers an episode now, and they're still like, it'll be fine. Greenlight season 3. Fuck it. We like losing money.
They seem to.
We like losing money.
It's like they don't even care. It's bad.
Much like the rest of us.
Yeah. You know, that's it. Hey, don't you dare speak ill of Batwoman. How dare you? How dare you? You got.
How dare you, sir?
Calm down. Now get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you want another phone?
That never gets old. I incidentally, one of my favorite clips to use during my Batwoman reviews, I'm talking about what I like to do to the Caroline Dries in the writer's room. Update, Caroline Dries still hasn't blocked me on Twitter.
Are you disappointed?
I am. I'm like, I'm really going to have to ramp up my efforts here. Like, I just been kind of cruising through, you know, trying, you know, casually trying to get her to block me, tagging her in tweets and, you know, but it's like she won't block. The official writer's room and the official CW Batwoman account check marks have both blocked me, and she won't block me. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I was like, you hate me because I'm such a fucking man. You can't stand it, can you? You lesbicano. I'm gonna flip her over. I'm gonna pull a Kramer. I'm gonna bring her back to our side. She hates me so much she can't help but be attracted to me. I don't know. George Costanza sitting there going, I send him over, he brings him back. I have the Kavorka. I can't.
Kavorka.
It's the Kavorka. 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 Sister Mary gave me a slinky. Check it out. This seems like a good place to kind of cap it off for the evening. As we're about 2 hours and almost 15 minutes into it. Let me toss it over to Red Gaze. Red, what you got going on, my man?
What's up? I got some stuff going on. Red Gaze on YouTube, at Red Gaze on Twitter. But my main focus at the moment is SUNSWORN Wings of Vengeance. It's space fantasy at its finest. If you're bored, if you're looking for some new entertainment, give it a try. Give it a look.
I did update the link to the IndieGoGo in the chat too, along with the link to his channel and Tony's, and Enter the Unfamiliar Final Nether Regions. His channel link is also in the description to the video. Thank you as always, Red. I appreciate it, man.
Of course, it was a bitch in time and hail the chat.
Absolutely. The newly
good
appointed.
Good to see you, Final. It's been a minute.
I know it has. I haven't. I've been a little MIA the last couple weeks. Been really just busy with stuff, so it's good to be back to you guys.
Yes, our guest, special guest for the evening. Final Death Star. Enter the Unfamiliar. Enter the Final Unfamiliar Nether Regions. Whatever you're going to call them.
Yeah, whatever you call me.
As long as you enter.
Yeah, as long as you're entering and it's unfamiliar to you, we're good. Thanks, guys, for having me. I will see both of you tomorrow evening for our TR4 show. I don't know who's hosting. I think it's Drew. Is Drew hosting it tomorrow? Do you guys know?
I don't know if Drew or Steven's hosting tomorrow.
It's either Steven or Drew.
Sure.
Yeah, one of the two. We'll be there tomorrow afternoon, and then after that, I'm going to be doing my my makeup show from this past Sunday. So we'll be doing an Enter the Unfamiliar live with Flipped Out, my co-host from the Phantom Collective. He will be my co-host tomorrow night, and we're having Drew Supreme Heretic on as our guest, and we're going to be talking about the recent UFO disclosure that the recently leaked Pentagon videos and some of the other information that's been leaking out over the last couple of weeks. Things seem to be intensifying quite rapidly. So we're talking about some of the new sightings, watching some videos of some things that have been caught recently. There was actually something just caught in San Francisco last night, oddly enough. Over here in California, seems to be things being caught every night here. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow night after our TR4 show. Yes, I mean Lodonis. Another monster. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow night. So thanks. Tune in to see all of us again tomorrow afternoon, either at Steven's channel or Drew's channel. And then after that, you can hang out and watch me over on my channel with Drew and Flipped Out. So thanks, guys. This was a lot of fun. It was good to talk some entertainment again. It's been a couple weeks, so I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for joining us. And man, thank you guys in the chat. Superfan Adam Shawhan, Salvador. I have to highlight this. He says, I had a slinky once, I straightened it. Oh man, thank you, Sal. Another monster. Keely Chow, Johnny Cage, JP7, Nano Reaper. Let's see who, Glinzer. Man, you guys were on fire tonight in the chat as always. I appreciate it. Truly Admiral Tiberius, Black Rose Comics, Brutal Morning Wood, Lola Meats was here earlier. Thank you, girl. Orge Board stopped in for a little bit. Leo, Raylo, Orville Nation. So thank you all. I appreciate it. Brutal says, be safe and stay hard, y'all. Thank you, Brutal Morning Wood. Frankie Knows says, what up, E-Tep? Hey, you're a little late, but that's all right, brother. Thank you. I catch the replay. We had a great show tonight with myself and the newly appointed assistant to the regional manager, Red Gaze, and Enter the Final Unfamiliar Nether Regions. Enter the Unfamiliar, Final Death Star, whatever you call him. He was here this evening with us talking some entertainment. It was great to have him back on the show. You guys in the chat have been wonderful this evening. I thank you as always. Go back and check out the back catalog of videos if you haven't check out the Galaxy High School review. I did episode 6, Doyle's New Friend, and it kind of has a little bit of a different tone to it. I kind of changed it up every episode with how I style the review and the writing of my script for them. So I have fun with those. This one's a short one. It's only 5 minutes and 6 seconds long, as I had to get it done before I went to the movies on Sunday. So yeah, and if you haven't, I streamed last night, did a Quiet Place 2 immediate review. Like I said, I was kind of one up, one thumb down on it. It was a movie, and now I hear they're going to be doing like a spin-off, and possibly a part 3, and I'm like, oh Lord, why? Don't stop now, just stop. But yeah, that's it. I'm done with that shit. Like I said, it was nice to be back in the theater. That was the main takeaway from last night for me. It was great to be back in the theater and without a mask on. And they said you had to be fully vaccinated to go without a mask on, but I'll never tell.
Scoundrel.
I know, what a rapscallion. Not living in fear. Damn it. So yeah, man. And if you got if you got the gimmick, that's fine. If you had to get it, it's all good. I understand. Trust me, it's okay. But I was like, I'm not worried. I'm fucking. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm still here. I'm good. Oh Lord. So that's it, guys. Join us, tomorrow for TR4. I'll have a video, probably a pop culture news video for you guys tomorrow. Wednesday we have Going Rogue. Our guest Angelus Draven, and I'm gonna see if I can talk to Miss Vassy. We'll bring the soothing Dorset tones of the Irish lass Vassy on. I'm trying to get her to do some ASMR stuff. And for those of you who's not kinky, if you I did. Oh my God, have you guys ever heard of this? What her name? I was listening to her. I've listened to her like the last 3 nights. It's Scottish Murmur ASMR. It's this little blonde chick. Oh my
Scottish
God.
Murmur? No.
Yes, dude, check her out. I will put a link in the private chat. I don't care what she talks about. I can just listen to her talk.
You think I some traction just mumbling?
No. It's no. You have to check it out, dude.
It's not for me. I'm saying.
I don't mind. Whatever. She can mumble. I don't want you to mumble. We'll let me adjust the pitch of your voice a little bit, and then we'll. But that's it, guys. As we're still live here. All right. Have yourselves a great night. Remember, if I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one, and it's better to burn out than fade away.